There is no time for the blame game. I believe that every last one of us got something that we can complain about. I believe that every last one of us, as far as groups are concerned, have been abused. And I also believe that for the most part, we have not learned freedom from it. In fact, we have actually practiced what we were abused and we have shared it with others by abusing them. When in America we think about how black people have been abused by white people. Now, I personally don't know white history, but I believe they've been abused somewhere. And the truth of the matter is that it has extended itself to this present date that everybody appears to be trying to abuse one another continuously. But to me, that is useless. We have the opportunity today to make everything all right. We don't have to forget about yesterday, but we don't dwell on it. We make sure it doesn't happen again. Now, we're living in a society, ladies and gentlemen, that's been established since its beginning of abusing people. One of the biggest things that we have that allows bigotry to continue to exist is the system in which we have established that we, the people, black, white, and anybody else here in this country, must adhere to. They have created a constitution that is bigoted and it is unfair and unjust. And yet they've held others to conform. However, they themselves have just totally rejected it. What I need people to understand is that even that document doesn't fix anything. Even the system of government that we have set up, law and order, doesn't fix anything. Our prisons are overflowing more than any other country in the world, I hear. I don't know for sure. People are being persecuted. We don't have war with the buildings being blown up and hundreds and thousands of dying from uh, guns. We don't have that yet, but we're on the path to that. And rather than try to come up with a solution, we are spending a lot of time saying that we got to get even. Well, there's no such thing as getting even. We can get better or we can get worse. And we're on the path of getting worse. What I want you to understand, ladies and gentlemen, is this. We have all been given life. The best life you can ever imagine. We have all been given that. You might not have experienced it, but it's been provided for. I've said this and I can't talk to you without repeating it. What is it today that prevents us from that life? Is it a lack of knowledge? Of course it is. Is it a program scam that's being ran and worked on us? Of course it is. But how do we fix it? We fix it by knowing the truth. Today, the number one thing is this. You think education is important, but it's really not according to the system of the world. Money is. Education is a tool that's used knowing that people require it, but in order to get it, it has to be abused. That means you got to have money. If it's for material, if it's for clothes, if it's for builders, if it's for instructors, whatever, it costs money. And that's why we have the education system that we have that's not really doing anything. Well, what is the other thing? We talk about housing. You think housing is for people? Yes, it is for people. But in the system of today, it is not about housing for the people. It is exploited because you don't get any housing unless you got some money. Transportation. You think it's for you? Of course it is. But you don't get transportation unless you got some money. Everything that you think is important in this life, it is. But you can't access it unless you got some money. And if you don't have money, you've been trampled on and abused even more. So as long as this system prevails, you, the people, we, the people, will be getting worse and worse in life. You have heard it said, I've never seen the times when America is operating the way it is today, with Trump, MAGA, and these guys trying to lead you straight out to the worst country that you could ever imagine. I mean, they're really trying to do it. And the people don't even know what's going on. They know they don't want that, but how to deal with it by offering a different solution, they don't know. So everything just keeps going around and around. But I want you to know that it was designed that you could live with all of the food. You'll never be hungry. Never. Never. Any of you listening to my voice today, I don't care how much you've been hungry. People over the world where they're starving, it's on the people of the world that allows that to happen. Same for any other thing that have been determined as essential for human survival. Wherever you're lacking it, it is because the number one thing is money. And you don't count when you can't be used for making money. You can't be used for making money, you do not count. You think about all the poison that they put in food rather than giving you the healthy food, rather than giving you the best doctor you can receive. Nah, it's all about just getting you over the hump to the next time they can make some more money off you. Same thing about religion. Make some money off you. Make some money off you. Doesn't mean that there aren't good people in the world. They are good people. They just don't know the truth about it. So what I want you to know is this. Listen to me. Every human being that got a mind, listen to me. There's something that you can do. Something that you love doing. You might not even know what it is at this present moment. But there's something. And that's something that would give you your greatest joy is the gift that you were given. Just like you got your hair, you got your eyes, you got your arms, you got everything that you got. You also got a gift. That gift allows you to come to this earth and at the proper time to participate in this life, to make this life not only beneficial to you, but to participate in making this life beneficial for all human beings. You got that. It's innately embedded in you, ladies and gentlemen. And by doing this, all of you, I'm speaking about all of you, blacks, whites, men, women, Americans, and everybody else, you got this gift. Now the plan is for you to participate in this life by engaging those gifts, using those gifts to do whatever those gifts are as they are implemented within the system of meeting the basic concerns that you, the people, have. And when you do that, my friends, I'm telling you, you will have all of those things that you have determined in such an abundance that no one would have to live without it. And you don't need money. You don't need bosses. You need people to run the system, people to make sure that everything goes proper. Decisions have to be made to make sure that no one is ever left out. All of these things have to be practiced, but it's not for making money. It's for making life for everybody. Now, you can hear me say these things and laugh if you want to because you believe that the only way you can live is making money, or you've made so much money you're not thinking about anything that a person like me would say because your faith is in your money. And your money will take you straight to hell. I'm telling you, when I say straight to hell, I'm talking about in the situations of life here today. I'm not talking about some afterlife. I'm talking about here today. When you think it's happening in Ukraine, you think that's not hell? Gaza, you think that's not hell? What's going on in the Philippines, you think that's not hell? What's going on in even in China, you think that's not hell? They say they're progressive, but people are in China living in hell. You know they're living in hell in America. So how do you make a change? The people who live in hell must hear this message first. And it must mean something to you. It must encourage you to wake up, stand up on your feet, and recognize that the real power made the earth. And man didn't make the earth. The real power made the oceans. Man didn't make the oceans. The real power made gold in the earth. Man didn't do that. The real power put you on this earth. And man has only been a tool to make sure that it multiplies. So that there's another power that's saying here today that you who are poor, if you trust in the power of love, the power of God, and I know you don't know what God is, but if you can seek the kind of God that loves you enough for you to understand what love is, to the extent that you who used to hate can now love those that you hated and want for them the same fantastic, gorgeous life that you desire for yourselves. That's the beginning to understand what God is all about. And get rid of these lying bastards that's out there ripping you or pimping you. The same thing they're talking about P. Diddy is doing or has done to so many people. That's the same thing that the governments of the world do to the people. What Donald Trump is trying to do to America is the same thing that governments of the world are doing to everybody. Some presently aren't as bad as that. For instance, America has been bad, but it's never been as bad as Donald Trump is trying to make it be. And those people who are supporting that evilness, no, my friends, the power is in the poor people's hand to not take it anymore, to stand up and give God a body, give God a voice, give God an action of love to turn this world around. I know what I'm saying, but it don't make any sense. But I had to say it. I had to say it. Well, until next time.